September is World Alzheimer's Month. It is a disease that is much more than just memory loss, though.
If you or a loved one is diagnosed, it is that time when you need to start thinking about the legal and financial steps to prepare long term. And Denver 7 reporter and attorney Jessica Crawford is joining us now because, Jessica, this can be really difficult for families to talk about.
Yeah, just imagine how hard that conversation would be. But experts say the sooner the better. If you start making these choices early on in the disease, you have more personal power over how your life is lived in the long run. A mother and daughter reuniting.
It's authentic and it's powerful, and you can feel the love through the video.
An onlooker would never know.
She doesn't know who I am. She hasn't remembered me for over a year.
Krista Groward is an Alzheimer's awareness activist, raising money for the Alzheimer's Association, but most importantly,
I would say I am my mother's daughter.
The past 5 years have been a challenge for Groward and her family as they noticed her mother begin to develop Alzheimer's symptoms.
Would have conversations with my mom and noticed that it was almost like word salad. You know, she was forgetting to put like the or and in sentences.
The symptoms escalated and Groward's father and siblings began caregiving around the clock.
When I say full-time caregiving too, what I mean is they're brushing her teeth, they're showering her, they're helping her use the restroom.
Groward says as her family struggled emotionally with the diagnosis,
what I observed was, this is my wife. This is till death do us part.
Her father balanced his heart with thinking ahead, considering the financial and legal preparations the family would need to take to care for the woman he loves.
Planning, on the other hand.
Physician and lawyer Eric Chess with the University of Denver says if you or a loved one is diagnosed with a form of dementia, it's best to start making legal and financial preparations as soon as possible.
There is a kind of point of no return, and that is that if someone does not have the legal capacity to make decisions, then they no longer have control over this preparation and planning.
There are several measures families should consider, including powers of attorney for finances or health care. They allow a designated person to make financial or medical decisions when the person with dementia is no longer able. A living will. It expresses how a person with dementia would like to be treated in certain medical situations. Then there's estate planning, creating documents that state what should happen to the person's belongings after they pass away.
It also helps your family and close friends not to have to guess what you would have wanted.
There's 6 of us in the family, my mom and then of course 5 others who it was impacting all 5 of us in different ways.
When dealing with an Alzheimer's diagnosis, one constant is change. For example, Groward's family had to change Karen's place of living from their home to a memory care facility.
Probably the hardest decision my dad and my sister have ever and will ever have to make.
But for Groward, the most important constant is love.
And it's really something that kind of touches everyone. I think we all know someone who has either gone through Alzheimer's or maybe was a caregiver. So the Alzheimer's Association does have financial and legal planning documents that can help these folks out. Plus, they can give you referrals to elder law attorneys to help you through this process. So we do have a link to that information on our website, denver7.com.
Should be something these families don't have to worry about.